And I do plan on spending some time with my little laptop tonight. Me from now on in all my videos, so you know who I am. Truly, I thought I'd grown out of it with my frontal lobe developing, but apparently it still sneaks up sometimes. Next time everyone else is on vacation, I'm taking one too. My boots. I feel like these boots are gonna be good for everything. I am out here earning the title of my vlog. Oh, gosh. Whenever I have the highest hopes of a weekly vlog, I always get pummeled by the work week, Monday and Tuesday. So we're just starting this one on Tuesday afternoon. We're just gonna ignore it. We're just gonna pretend like this is the full week. Really what happened Monday and Tuesday was just everything was busy. 3 people on my team are out, so we're helping cover them. So it's kind of temporary. Sometimes that can be just fine. This week, so far, has not been just fine. But I really am hoping that maybe just everything's happening in the beginning of the week, and maybe Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will just be like chill, easy catch-up days. Maybe like a little admin day in there. Time will only tell. Hi, I'm Anna, if you don't know me. I'm 25, I'm a social worker. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I was gonna say newly married. I figure I'm still newly married. I got married in January to my high school sweetheart. We've been together 9 years. I post weekly, sometimes twice weekly on this YouTube channel. Just little videos going through life, going through my experience of life as a regular person wanting to hang out with you. This week, the objectives I had for myself heading into the week were to spend time outside, study for my LCSW still. There was one more. Let me check my objectives. See, that's how the week has started. I don't even remember my goals and aspirations for the week. Oh, studying, getting outside, and staying balanced. We're working on it. I just wanted to touch base and say hello before we got going. Let you know the vibes we're starting with. The vibes that the only way up is, the only way forward is up. That's not right. The only way, it's all up from here. Let's say that. I think that's maybe what I was going for. It's all up from here. Zach and I are going to the weekend in about 3 weeks is when he comes to Atlanta, and I wanted to make sure I had an outfit that I actually really liked and felt good in. This is not revolutionary, but I feel like it's a new thing lately that I've been actually pre-planning outfits for events. And I don't always try to buy things, but for the weekend, I truly was like, there is nothing in my closet that I own that fits the vibes that I would like to feel for this concert, to just feel like I'm throwing a fit a little bit. So I made an order off of Princess Polly and non-sponsored with my own money, but I think it turned out pretty good. Tell me what you think. Let me put you in a way you can actually see. So little red fake leather skirt, or burgundy fake leather skirt, little black lace top, but lacy without being too lingerie-y, as some tops are. Not that I have an issue with that. It just wasn't exactly the vibe I was going for. I did kind of think the top would have a little more support, and it doesn't, but I'll find a way to work with that. And then my boots. I feel like these boots are going to be good for everything. These I'll be able to rewear at all times. And then I got a couple pieces of jewelry too. This is all tangled up. It's going to take me untangling it, but it's a little lock and key necklace, and it has 3 layers. One's a heart, all silver. And then I got these mixed metal, little lock and key earrings that I just kind of thought were cute and would kind of fit the vibe. I do want to look at hairstyles. I want to feel good. I want to look good. We still got a few weeks, so it's going to be a few vlogs from now that we're going to the weekend. But I feel very glad that these all work out, and kind of makes me more excited for it. I'm definitely sweating having tried them on though, so I do need to go shower. And I feel like I just need to sit down and brain dump everything that I'm wanting to do, because I feel like there's so many things that are just piling up on the to-do list in the mind, and I haven't taken time to make them pile up on the to-do list outside of the mind on paper where I can reference it back. So I do need to do that. I'm sitting here on the couch and I was really just thinking about something that I was like, let me get on and talk about it with the vlog. I'm sitting here on the couch feeling like a little bit guilty for being on the couch. Like I'm literally up early on our rest day. I woke up naturally, so there's points there for me on that of letting myself get up naturally. But now I'm sitting on the couch and there was a part of my brain that was like, Anna, you are not doing anything right now. You have so many things that you could be doing, like around the house. Your to-do list goes crazy right now. Why are you sitting on the couch? And it occurred to me that whenever I'm talking about like finding balance in a week and prioritizing balance in a week, it's not just balance of the things that I can control. If I was trying to do like a little bit of everything, like a little balance of everything in just the moments of my week that I can control, I'd be doing far too much, because the things that I can't control this week are how busy work is. Forget if I mentioned this part, but several of my coworkers are out, which is why this week is busier. But even though that part's like out of my control, it's not my personal life and I can't determine the level of things I'm doing in a day, like that's still what I'm experiencing and what I'm doing through the week. And so my busyness productivity truly is like met, like for my life for the week. And if I'm getting, I don't want to call it points because it's not like productivity's a better thing, but like if I'm getting all of that momentum towards the productivity busy side of things, then the parts of my week that I can control, I should be like lurching to the other side of like resting and relaxing and recharging. And so I don't know why the rest part of things always like is associated with a sense of guilt. I've really gotten better at that too. Like right now it's hitting me, but like over the past several years, you've watched me get better at that and realize how much rest is needed. But it's just these little moments like this where it sneaks up on me and I'm sitting here and I'm like, why am I feeling guilty? Like I was busy feeling guilty. I really had succumbed to the fact that I was going to be feeling guilty because I'm sitting on the couch. And also, didn't even mention this, I'm sitting on the couch about to edit a YouTube video. So like I am even doing something, but it's just the fact that I can like see things that I could pick up. I can see laundry. Like I know all of the things that I would like to do. But if I were to start doing those things, then I'd be neglecting the sitting on the couch needs of my life and even this YouTube video I'm about to start editing. Those are just some thoughts that I've had bright and early in the morning this morning. Is that something that you still struggle with too? And I say still because I feel like everyone has that time in their life where they struggle with like feeling guilty for not doing enough. And truly I thought I'd grown out of it with my frontal lobe developing, but apparently it still sneaks up sometimes. Alrighty, about to head back in. I'm bringing yogurt with me to the hospital because I sat on the couch for long enough that now I don't have time to eat here. I woke up early, it was a rest day, like I could have ate breakfast here, but yeah, no, I'm gonna be bringing yogurt with me. This is my little outfit of the day. Got my bright pink pants on and my little teal shirt. Good spirits going into today. If I am going to be so for real, I have done about 3 weeks worth of task amount in the past 3 days. So if today is so chill, I might try to make it a little chill. If it happens to be so chill, whether by chance or by my manipulation, I'm gonna be so pleased. I'm gonna be so happy. That's my goal, but I'm trying to not get disappointed if it actually just is really busy, because there's really nothing in me that should believe that anything's gonna have slowed down today. But with balance, even if today's really busy, if I get all of my busyness out in these 8 hours, then I will just continue to rest and relax this afternoon, tonight, this evening. I might have to rest and relax out on the patio with some like little handouts that I'm studying, because I'm still titling this, no matter what happens in this video, I am titling this spending time outside studying and balancing work and life. Whether that just requires me like taking step out onto my patio tonight, then so be it. Hope you're having a great day. Hope I have a great day. Let's head into work. I am out here earning the title of my vlog. That is what I am doing. When you clicked on spend a week with me, getting outside, studying, and finding balance, look, we are outside and I brought my study paperwork with me. If anyone tells you that they're spending time outside in late July in Georgia, they're lying to you. It's miserable out here. It is so humid. It is so hot. It feels like the air is literally pressing down on me. And I need you to take note of who I'm sitting next to right now. That's who I'm sitting next to. That's kind of why I'm leaned over this way, is for that reason. But like I said, I had already decided on what I was calling this video, and one thing about me, I'm stubborn a little bit, and I liked it. I thought it looked cute. I thought it was a cute title. So unfortunately, unfortunately, now you may just know for any future video of mine that you see posted that maybe I'm lying to you. You never know what you're gonna get based on what the title says. But I guess actually I'm not lying, because look, I'm spending time outside and I have my study worksheets right here. I have like a couple updates actually, if you're fine with sitting here and chatting for a second. I feel nervous. There's a lot of spiders. A few updates for you. I do have my study worksheets. In reality, it has been a while since I have studied again for my LCSW. I had a good start. I read the whole Dawn Apgar book. I refreshed myself on content, and my next plan of action is to focus more on the actual question formations and strategies for that. I don't think it's going to be until late August that I get my approval to take the test, and even then I have to schedule it. Basically, I've kind of already mentioned this, but Georgia meets once a month for the board, and today is July 31st, so I think my application was in by the July meeting, but I hadn't done my fingerprints yet because I hadn't been approved to do my fingerprints yet, and I do think that at the July meeting, they only approved me to do my fingerprints, and I'm kind of thinking now, because I haven't gotten a letter approving me to test, I'm thinking now that it's probably going to be the August board meeting is when they see my full application and they see my fingerprints, and then I'll get approved to take the test. But it takes 20 days after when they meet to send out the emails and stuff from the board meeting. And so that's where I was waiting till today, because today is 20 days from the July one. So I was thinking that there was the chance that maybe they still approved me and approved my fingerprints. And considering it's 4:55 and I haven't gotten any sort of notification, I think it's a lot more likely that it'll be August. I think it'll be August 28th, most likely, unless it's less than the 20 days, but I'm pretty sure they say 20 days. August 28th that I will learn that I'm approved, which then likely means it's in September that I'll take the test. All of this is likely. It may not happen exactly like that, but it does kind of make me feel slower for studying, because I feel okay. I kind of just want to take it. And it is hard to have motivation whenever it likely is probably minimum 6 weeks until I'm taking it. I'm checking the website right now just to make sure it doesn't say something different. Yeah, it still just says pending background check, and I've done the background check now, so I think it's just going to take them processing at the board meeting the fact that I've done the background check, and then that timeline that I told you is probably what's going to happen, which is fine and good to know, and just doesn't make me feel as needing to study right now. I got excited obviously when I sent in my application, but it just is a slow process, and so I don't want to kill myself studying after work every single day and having such the strict study routine when I don't quite have to yet. So that's my update on that. But I do have all these worksheets that eventually I'll make my way through. My other update, my wedding videographer. What's it called in Reddit whenever they is it a flare? Whenever they categorize things about the same discussion? This is my wedding videography flare. Today, July 31st at 2:53 p.m., we got our first answer from the wedding videography company. If you're not caught up to date, I'll try to put in a card around this day. It's a realistic work week in my life is whenever I fully go into depth about the wedding videography. I've also posted a TikTok about it relatively recently, so you can kind of find background there. July 31st, 2:53 p.m. is the first email that we have received from them in the 6 weeks, more than 6 weeks, in the 7 weeks it's been that we've been trying to reach them, and now 6.5 months from our wedding. And basically their email says, "Hey Anna and Zach, thank you for reaching out and sharing your concerns. We understand how meaningful your wedding day is, and we take all the feedback seriously, and I've taken the time to carefully review your email alongside the contract you'd sign, and I'd like to offer some clarity." That's the funniest thing to me. I really need to start using that in emails. I like to offer some clarity and then just entirely contradict everything they're asking for. So they listed the contracted deliverables, which is what I've been saying, and then listed the delivered to date, which is what I said is the highlight film and the Instagram edit. And he said it appears that the ceremony film, toast film, raw footage, and guest shout-out video have not yet been delivered. We take full responsibility for this and will prioritize the immediate delivery of these remaining items. However, it's important to note that since your booking, ownership and management of the company has changed, and unfortunately we were not made aware of some of the outstanding deliverables tied to your original agreement. That said, we are committed to honoring the full scope of the services promised in your package and are working to ensure everything is completed and delivered promptly. Which, I feel if ownership of a company is going to change, I feel we should have been made aware of that and been able to choose if we were going to go with the continue with the new company, especially if this is their service, then I would have liked the opportunity to not have them. And at this point, I don't care about the missing deliverables because it's been so long and the video wasn't good. So I don't want that anymore. I would have, maybe even if they had answered right in the time. Oh, look, it's thundering. I'm getting heated. Now it's thundering. If they'd answered in the time, right after we responded to them, maybe that would have been different. But, I don't care about immediate delivery of the things that we, don't want anymore because of this whole experience that we've had. And then he said that as for the highlight film, while we respect the creative preferences vary, the film was produced in line with our standard editing process, which includes professional color grading and audio design. And the work was completed to a professional standard consistent with the package you selected. With all of this in mind, we will deliver the remaining items from your contracted package as quickly as possible. However, because services have been performed and the highlight film has been delivered as contracted, no refund will be issued. So they did answer. I'll give them points for that, I suppose, despite it being however many weeks late that it is, seven weeks late that it is, after being 5 months late from the wedding. But I don't really feel satisfied with it, and I do plan on spending some time with my little laptop tonight and crafting a response, because I just feel like, to me, at this point, I don't, like, it's been too long. I'm too dissatisfied as a customer. Number two, I've now seen the raw footage, and like, there's not enough to make a guest film shout out. They didn't say anything about Formal Dance's film, which was supposed to be what was instead of the Toasts film. We don't have a Toasts film because we don't have toasts, and I also don't trust them to actually like deliver these things, you know? So I respect the fact that they answered. I still am disgruntled as a customer, and my review and experience still stands. Oh, gosh. I think that this has been enough outside time for everybody. I am gonna go wash my hair. I think I like kept too much conditioner in it last time I washed it. I've been feeling that, so I just need to start clean. Just start so totally clean, and then curl up on the couch, since we're being balanced and my super busy work days balanced by having a curl up on the couch. So we're gonna curl up on the couch, we're gonna type a little email response, we're gonna keep editing the video I was working on this morning, and hopefully we'll even read tonight. All of those things are hopes for today. Pardon my mess, I'm going through some stuff. Mentally, not physically. What I've learned from this week is that next time everyone else is on vacation, I'm taking one too. I'm going to Barbados. I am going to Myrtle Beach. My coworkers will be taking me with them next time. Oh my gosh. It was another like just crazy busy day to finish out the week, but I did stay a little late. I have stayed late more this week than the whole rest of the year combined. But I did stay late today, kind of optionally, to finish all of my notes because I felt like I need to, on Monday, get in and just have like a fresh start, just like a blank slate. That's what I felt like. So I felt okay staying late today in order to do that. It was fine. I am fine. I am tired, but I am fine. And I have an exciting package. Can you still hear me? If I put my microphone, if I put my microphone right here, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, anybody there? Something's wrong with my package locker pickup account to where I keep having to email my leasing office to give me the codes because they're like not showing up. I can see on USPS that things get delivered, but then I'm not getting like notifications to pick them up. So I keep having to email them and being like, do a code for me? Do I have a package? Because I think I got one delivered. Wait, I want to open this in the proper fashion. Wait, I know what it is, but I'm very excited. Let me not show you my address. Anna, will you be my bridesmaid? XOXO Elizabeth. Can I read it to you, or is that too personal? 2018, Anna and Elizabeth would be on their knees repenting right now if they saw us today. So glad to have had you by my side through it all. Text me for dress details. Your color is purple. And then this is the exciting part. Look how sweet this is. Can you believe that? What if I put it on? Pardon me. Me from now on in all my videos, so you know who I am. It like doesn't even matter which way I put it on because my name's the same forwards and backwards. Don't know if you ever noticed about that. It actually kind of makes me cool. This is so cute. She handed this. My friend Elizabeth, she was my bridesmaid as well. If you know her, friend of the channel. She handed this. I think it is so cute and fun. Let's see. Literally, cover the important stuff. Cutest save the date in the entire world. Are you kidding me? And does it match my shirt? Yes. That's so cute. Look, this is my first time. No, it's not. I was gonna say it's my first time being a bridesmaid. I was a bridesmaid for my sister, but like that is being a bridesmaid, but it's like from someone who has to make you be their bridesmaid. This is my first time being selected as a bridesmaid. Kind of exciting. I have some things to work through. Like I said, I really have a lot of like physical chores and reset that I would like to do. I don't know if that's gonna be a tonight thing. I think a tonight thing is gonna be finishing editing my YouTube videos for this upcoming weekend, because that's not done yet. Reading my book, because if I don't finish that soon, nothing's gonna happen. I just would like to finish it. And then also planning, I want to film a like monthly reset. You'll have already seen that. I want to film it this upcoming weekend, and I just need to have like my brain on about like what I'm filming and when. So those are the plans for tonight. It's very early in the morning, but I realized I never told you my response to the email, and since, I don't know, and since you've been with me so far through it, I figured you might want to know. I didn't pull it up before starting the video though. I'll try to summarize, but basically I just said, while I recognize the strain of changing ownership, if this change was going to negatively affect the delivery and time frame of what we were to be provided, we should have been made aware prior to our wedding. Instead, we had to piece together the fact that the people we booked with were no longer working our wedding when it came clear that there was a breakdown in communication between the preparation we had done months in advance and the videographers who were on site. I hate to hear that you were not made aware of the original agreement, but that is not on us as customers and is the responsibility of your company to rectify. And then basically I just said, at this point, it's our preference to receive a refund for the undelivered services rather than the pieces that are missing. I can see in the raw footage that the amount of guests included in the guest shout out is not what was promised. You also will not be able to deliver a toasts film given we did not have toasts, and so accepted the offer upon booking to have a formal dances film instead. I hear your disagreement, however, the highlight film is not to the same standard as other videos. We have not shared the film with anybody as the low quality is not something we are proud of and we were promised better. I hope you understand our skepticism in believing that fulfilling the contract is a priority and services will be delivered promptly, given it has now been 6 weeks since we last heard from you, despite much time and effort on our parts to rectify this. And then I formatted it the same as he did in the end, and I said, with all this in mind, and I did 2 bullet points. It's not a priority for us to receive the remaining items in the contracted package, given our experience and concerns with quality. Instead, a refund will be issued to rectify the complaints as dictated above and in the previous emails from the past months. All my best, Anna. I felt like that got my point across well. Will it do any good? No idea. Also, I feel very proud of myself for writing a good email. I feel like if I sit down and put my mind to it, I can write a good email. No ChatGPT was used in the making of this email. Somehow my little fingers, they just be typing. All that being said, I hope you enjoy this weekly vlog. Every time I'm finishing a video, I look back at it in my head and I'm like, wow, this was a weird one. Not weird, just good. Just making it through. Thank you for taking the moments out of your day to spend time with me. I appreciate it more than you know, and I'll see you next time.